Today we celebrate one of the most electrifying and trailblazing women in music history. Born June 11, 1920 in Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago, she wasn't just a gifted pianist and singer. She was a force. Today we honor Hazel Dorothy Scott on her heavenly birthday. A child prodigy who won a scholarship to Juilliard at the age of 8 in the 1920s. Now let that sink in. By her teens, she was already dazzling audiences at New York's Cafe Society while finishing school and making regular appearances on radio. Hazel's signature blend of classical and jazz wasn't just novel, it was revolutionary. She could swing Bach, turn Liszt into a toe tapper, and she wasn't afraid to stand tall in a room full of men. In 1950, Hazel Scott shattered yet another ceiling. She became the first Black American to host her own national television show, The Hazel Scott Show. It was a moment of pride not just for Hazel, but for a generation who saw themselves on screen through her elegance, talent, and grace. But then, just like that, she was gone. That same year, Hazel was summoned to testify before the House Un-American Activities Committee during the height of McCarthyism. She wasn't even accused of being a communist, yet her appearance on that list, by association, was enough to make Hollywood and broadcast studios turn their backs. Disillusioned and disrespected, Hazel made the heartbreaking decision to leave the country she had helped change. In 1957, she moved to Paris, performing throughout Europe for a full decade before quietly returning to the States in 1967. Despite her monumental contributions to music, media, and civil rights, Hazel Scott's name faded from the mainstream spotlight. But we remember. Hazel once said, "I've always known I was gifted, which is not the easiest thing in the world for a person to know, because you're not responsible for your gift, only for what you do with it." Hazel did something powerful with her gift. She opened doors, broke barriers, and stood in truth even when it cost her everything. Today, on her birthday, let us lift up her name, Hazel Scott, musical genius, television pioneer, and fearless fighter for dignity and justice. Your legacy didn't disappear. It simply went where it was loved, and now it's being reclaimed. Happy heavenly birthday, Hazel Scott. Thank you for doing something spectacular with your God-given gift. If you enjoyed this tribute to Hazel Scott, drop an HHB or your favorite Hazel Scott performance in the comments below in honor of her heavenly birthday. And please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more stories beyond the legends that have shaped our worlds. Until next time, keep the music alive by checking out this next video.